June is Men's Health Month, the perfect time to talk about essential health screenings for men and recommendations for a healthy life that all men should know. And I'm sorry, or maybe I'm not sorry, we're talking to a lot of the women out there who have those men that they love in their life. And so this is going to give them a little bit of ammunition for sure. Joining us for this discussion is Dr. Brad Thompson with Cone Health LeBauer HealthCare at Grandover Village. All right, first and foremost, let's just start with this. What are the most important health screenings that men should prioritize, and then at what ages?
Sure. So there are several important screenings. Just real quick. So screening is where we're looking for something so that we can prevent it in the future before we may even see any symptoms. So starting at age 20 is where we'll start checking blood pressure just to make sure that it's not getting high and we can prevent hypertension. Not too long after that, at age 35, we'll start looking at cholesterol and things that go along to prevent heart disease. Then at age 45, that's a time where we'll start screening blood sugar for diabetes, and we start screening for colon cancer. And then at age 50, that's where we'll talk to men about screening for prostate cancer. Now, sometimes there are different risk factors in people's lives that might change this earlier, but those are some of the big screening men should really stay active. Look forward to.
Okay, and I liked how you went through each one of the ages so we could see how that went. Now, are there certain screenings that some men often overlook but shouldn't overlook?
Yeah, so there are some things that are maybe not thought about by men as much that go along with health. Outside of the more medical ones that we've just talked about, there are things like mental health checks. Men may not tend to think about that as much or want to overlook that, but ensuring that you come in and we can screen for things like diabetes and depression and anxiety, make sure we're not missing anything there. Skin cancer checks, a lot of times people don't think about that, especially when they go out in the sun in the summer. So just look for moles or any other lesions, and we can follow up with that in the office. And then the last thing are testicular exams. Home exams should be performed, and if any abnormalities are found, they should talk to their doctor about it.
Okay. Now, I know a lot of guys, they only go to the doctor when they're really, really sick. Why is it critical? Let's talk about that. Why it's so critical for men to get their annual wellness check every single year.
So yeah, the annual check, people should come in, or men should come in for that because first, again, like those screenings, it allows us to catch things that could potentially be serious before you even have symptoms. It's a great time for us to also make sure that your vaccines are updated and any chronic managed conditions could be addressed at that time. It also enhances the relationship with the provider such that if a sensitive issue needs to be discussed, it's more easily done, and it allows you to get personalized advice based on your healthcare wants. So regular checkups are a great way for men to be proactive about their health and have a balanced overall approach.
Okay, let's talk about maybe some myths that we could debunk while we're here today.
Sure. One myth that is often out there is just men don't need to go to the doctor regularly unless they're sick. Again, this is dangerous, and visits are essential for kind of that early detection. A second one is that mental health issues are a sign of weakness. I think that's false. Mental health is just as important as physical health, and seeking help is a sign of strength. The last one is that only older men need to worry about their health. Health problems can happen to anyone at any age, so young men need to be vigilant about their health, and my hope is by debunking some of these myths, it can encourage men to get the health care they need.
All right, let's talk about this. Maybe like some top health conditions among men that could be prevented with lifestyle modifications. I think a lot of guys say, well, I just don't want to be put on any medicine. So what kinds of things could be prevented if they change their lifestyle?
Sure, there are many common conditions that can be prevented with lifestyle. Heart disease, for instance, can be prevented through healthy diet and exercise, avoiding smoking. Similarly, type 2 diabetes can be improved by low-carb diet, exercise, and healthy weight. Some cancers can be prevented by, like quitting smoking can reduce your risk for lung cancer. So there are lots of things that you can do to really promote health and prevent a lot of negative things from occurring.
So let's talk about exercise. For instance,
Sure.
should men focus more on cardio, on weights, on a combination of both for overall health?
So yeah, for overall health, men need to focus really on both to maximize the benefits. For cardio, this would look like running, walking with a moderate level, hiking, swimming. Cardio provides benefits for stamina and weight management and overall heart health. When it comes to weightlifting, this is or resistance training. This is a way to try to build muscle and enhance bone health and increase metabolism. Men should aim to try to do that a couple times a week. Regarding cardio, the goal is to aim for about 150 minutes a week, and then by combining these together is really how you promote the best health from exercise standpoint.
All right, let's talk about diet because that goes hand in hand with all the exercise as well.
Sure. There's a few do's and don'ts to kind of or to come through with. Do's include lots of fruits and vegetables, and also focusing on healthy fats, whole grains. Don'ts would be avoiding excessively sugary or fatty or salty snacks. It's important to stay hydrated, especially in the summer and if you're exercising outside. And one other thing to consider is supplements. A lot of men will try to take supplements as as a type of medicine, but it's really important to try to get your health from your diet and to talk about any supplements with your doctor.
Okay, whole foods instead of the thing that comes in the pill that's supposed to replace that if we can. All right, so let's talk about some other steps that men may not have thought about, but they are really important for staying healthy.
Sure. Outside of diet and exercise, things that men need to consider for their health overall would be, getting enough sleep, somewhere between 7 to 9 hours. A lot of people, including men, don't do that. Getting regular dental and vision checkups, going to your regular doctor is one thing, but overall doing those things also promote health. Limiting excessive alcohol use, so no more than maybe 2 drinks on average a day in a week's time. So just focusing on those things can also promote overall health.
All right, for fathers watching today, how can they set that good example for their children when it comes to health and wellness? We seem to say, oh, well, I saw my dad do this, or I didn't see my dad do this.
Absolutely right. The first thing to kind of to do is model good behavior. So healthy diet, exercise, avoiding smoking. The second thing is to be proactive and actually getting your family involved in maybe workouts or hikes on the weekends. Another important thing is to open up the dialogue and actually talk about the importance of health issues and why you're doing those things instead of just doing those things. And kind of bringing that all together can help establish the routines that hopefully our children will pick up and have similar benefits in the future.
Gotcha. Got any ideas for Father's Day gifts since we're here?
Yeah, there's a lot of things out there that can promote health these days. There's wearables that can track fitness and encourage movement. You could also consider a cookbook to promote nutritious diet, and there's also things like gym equipment or gym membership, and all these things can show the men in your life that you love them and promote healthy life as well.
All right, speaking of which, so many of us women, we feel like we're nagging our significant others or our dads or our brothers or whoever it happens to be, the men in our lives, to get healthy, to go to the doctor, that kind of stuff. As a guy, how do we say that without it becoming like it's a nagging issue?
So the first thing is to talk with them and maybe not at them. Trying to get them engaged and showing them that you're really concerned and that you love them, but at the same time, trying to acknowledge some of the difficulties that might come along with that. Really just showing them that they're there, gently encouraging them to pursue healthy lifestyles, and then just being with them step by step over time. Building those relationships are what help move people forward.
All right, ladies, you heard that right there from the doctor's mouth. Thank you so much for your time and your expertise. We so appreciate it.